Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. We'll chant Om once together. Synchronize the chanting of Om with your exhalation. Breathe in. Sahana vavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejas vinavaditamastu ma vitvishavahai. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Gently open your eyes. We'll chant from verses 6 to 10 of chapter 3. Karmendriyani sanyamya,
Karmendriyani sanyamya,
ya aste manasa smaran,
ya aste manasa smaran,
indriyartan vimudhatma,
indriyartan vimudhatma,
mithyachara sa uchyate,
mithyachara sa uchyate,
yastvindriyani manasa,
yastvindriyani manasa,
niyamyarabhaterjuna,
niyamyarabhaterjuna,
karmendriyai karmayogam,
Karmendriyai karmayogam,
asaktah savishishyate,
asaktas savishishyate,
niyatam kuru karmatvam,
niyatam kuru karmatvam,
karmajyayo hyakarmanah,
karmajyayo hyakarmanah,
sharirayatra pichate,
sharirayatra pichate,
na prasidhyeda karmanah,
na prasidhyeda karmanah,
yajñarthat karmanonyatra,
यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र
lokoyam karma bandhanah,
लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः
Tadartham karma kaunteya.
तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय
Mukta sangha samachara.
मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर
Saha yajna praja srishtva.
सह यज्ञा प्रजा सृष्ट्वा
Purovacha prajapatihi.
पुरोवाच प्रजापतिः
Anena prasavishyadvam.
अनेन प्रसविष्यद्वम्
Yeshavostvishta kamadhuk.
येषवो स्विष्टकामधुक्
Hari Om, and a very good day to all of you. So, last week we had a very powerful meditation on Guru Purnima. Whatever energy which you have received, that should be used for constructive purposes. You should use it to create your life. It is very fortunate that we are doing the portion of Yajna, because the very theme here in these few verses is about Srishta. Srishta means creating a life as per what you want. Again, when I say what you want, what exactly do we mean by a want or a desire here? All that is what we have been seeing. So whenever you attend a powerful healing session, any deep session, which includes even every Sunday also, a lot of energy is being showered on you. The higher grace is being directed towards anyone who's exposing himself or herself with that open-mindedness. So as a sadhak, you should make use of these opportunities to receive as much as possible and utilize that, use that to grow, to make your life better. Every session with a master, every satsang is like pouring a lot of fuel in the car. Fundamentally, a car cannot run without fuel or that energy. Now, what is the role of a guru? He fills that fuel for you in your life. Now, let's say your car is fully filled with fuel. Does it mean that you will reach anywhere? No. That is laying the foundation. But thereafter, you have to sit and drive your car. When you are driving, if you have any questions or if you face some issues, again you can take the help of the master. He'll be able to guide you. But if you don't drive at all, then how can you get results in your life? This is the difference between true surrender and surrendering in a tamasic way. Because in the last session of Guru Purnima, I had talked about Sharanagati. Sharanagati means taking refuge in the Guru Shakti. This has been highlighted by all the great masters, whatever be the faith or religion which he or she has come from. Whenever a person reaches an exalted spiritual state, they always talk about Sharanagati. They may use different words. Some people may say faith. Some people may use the word surrender. Some people directly they say Sharanagati. Some people may say seek refuge. Whatever it is, the principle behind all this is the same. Completely surrender yourself. Now, that is where you have to be careful also. Surrendering yourself doesn't mean surrendering all your efforts. Actually, in chapter 2, you find that Arjuna starts this process of surrender. He says, I am thy disciple. I completely bow down to you. I completely surrender to you. Now help me. We can't say he has mastered that quality of surrender, but definitely he has made a very sincere attempt and he has started that process. So when he has surrendered, now what is Krishna teaching him? He is telling him, it is wonderful that you have surrendered, but now you have to do whatever you ought to do in your life. I will guide you. I will help you. I'll be with you whenever you face your challenges in life, whatever be the challenge. You may have some financial issue, you may have some relationship issue, you may have some career issue, you may have some health issue, a near and dear one may pass away. Whatever be the nature of challenge, that does not matter. The Guru Shakti is always with you. Arjuna faced a tremendous challenge. He was unable to fight the war as a Kshatriya, as a warrior. He was supposed to do this. Now Krishna said, I will always be with you, Arjuna, but you have to play your part. You have to do whatever you ought to do. So this is where the confusion is. Many people, they confuse Sharanagati with stopping off all your efforts. If you take Adi Shankaracharya, this is what he said. Surrender to that Guru Shakti. If you take Ramanujacharya, he also said the same thing. Sharanagati, surrender to your Acharya, your Guru. If you take Madhvacharya, he also said the same thing. It is not merely these great masters. You take everyone in any part of the world. See, this spiritual wisdom is not limited to any particular country or any particular time or anything like that. Anywhere, in any part of the world, at any time, when a person gets attuned to that infinite, then that is nothing but this highest wisdom. Thereafter, whatever he or she gives will be the highest wisdom. So there was a boy who asked me this question some time back. Sir, if I only have to ultimately put in the effort, then why do I need God? Why do I need a guru? It's a very interesting question. The question comes from a lack of understanding of the basic principles of life. If you want to be successful, there are several factors. One factor is the foundation. The other is the actual construction of the building. Now, when you take the help of the higher Shakti, when you surrender to the Guru Shakti and take guidance, what happens is your foundation becomes very strong. You get the ability to handle any challenge in life, number one. And number two, through the higher guidance, your clarity improves tremendously. Your decision-making powers increase. This is what I meant by filling the fuel. If you want to reach your destination, now you will have to sit in your car and drive. Only then you will reach. But what are the factors you require? You require basic fuel. You require the parts to be good. Then if there is any problem on the road, you should know how to handle it. All these things put together only will ensure that you will reach your destination. So this boy who asked this question, he said, why do I need to surrender myself to that higher power? Why do I need to take guidance from the higher Guru Shakti and all this, when ultimately it is me who has to put in the effort? It is because of this only. When you put in the efforts without surrender to the higher, without taking any guidance, your journey itself will not be smooth. You will become very highly stressed. Somehow, even if you achieve your goals, are you going to get real happiness out of it? Are you going to be stress-free? In that process of achieving, your stress would have increased so much, and that would have affected your health. That would have affected so many things in your life. You should examine and see. So either people go to this extreme, when it is said by the great masters, put efforts, they lose the surrender. Or whenever it is said surrender, sharanagati, immediately they stop putting in efforts. But when we talk about yajna, it has both these aspects. See, if you take the yajna ritual, what do? There are a lot of efforts. First, you build the Havan Kund. Nowadays, ready-made Havan Kunds are available. Okay, but some effort is involved, no? And then you light the fire, you bring various oblations, and you pour it in the fire. See, all these are the efforts part. And then the fire god shoots up. You immediately bow down, you surrender, you receive the blessing. So it is a combination of efforts plus surrender. So this combination makes your action into yajna. See, last week in the Guru Purnima session, I mentioned about Sharanagati. So this week when we are again getting into our study of what yajna is and all that, I'm just correlating those two so that your clarity gets enhanced. It may look as if every session different principles are being given, but actually everything is correlated. If you pick one, automatically you will start gaining the clarity about the other principles also. So whenever you are just in effort, no surrender, no humility, the concept of taking guidance is not there, then your growth will be very, very limited. That is just mere karma action. Whenever you get into the surrender mode, you take guidance, but you don't really put in your efforts, then you are slipping into akarma. Akarma here means non-activity. So karma and akarma are two sides of the same coin. You are always either in karma or you are in akarma. Then what is yajna karma? In the previous verse he said yajnartat karma. No? Just to broaden the concept of yajna and say that every action can be converted into yajna. So what is yajnartat karma? The action done for the sake of yajna. It is, there is a secret is in combining these two aspects, the effort and surrender. So when you are putting in all your efforts, how do you convert this into yajna? Simple. Just add the element of surrender. Then that particular activity which you're doing will automatically become yajna. It's a very powerful ritual, in quote I'm putting it, ritual which you're doing in life. It could be any activity. Similarly, when you're in akarma, that is, you are in a mode of not doing anything, but if a person doesn't surrender, then that is a deep, that means he is in a state of deep tamas. We are not discussing that. But a person who is willing to surrender, who is willing to take guidance, but he is not practicing. Now he is in akarma, which is the other side of karma, I told you. So everything which is applicable to karma is also applicable to akarma. Now how do you convert that into yajna? Simple. Already the surrender element is there. The humility is there. You just have to add efforts. So when you add efforts to that, the picture becomes complete. It becomes yajna. So as a sadhak, you need to learn to convert your karmas and akarmas into yajna. Then you are truly doing karma yoga. Whatever activity which you're doing, or whatever activity which you're planning to do, that is what we mean by akarma here. If you go deeper into the state of tamas, akarma means you don't even take guidance. You're so lazy to surrender. Now such people have to infuse effort, they also have to infuse surrender. Then only they can convert it into yajna. So you do the small homework. Find out in your life where all are you putting in proper efforts to your satisfaction. Now see what your approach to life there is. Are you trying to grow? Are you willing to learn there? Are you have you brought in that element of surrender? If not, then start infusing that. Similarly, also find out where all are you not acting. You're planning to do this. Now there, the assumption is you're already taking guidance, whatever is required, and you're in a mode of surrender. So are you backing it up with proper efforts? If not, then add that element there. The moment you do this, your entire life will start becoming a series of yajnas, series of sacrifices. And such a person will be able to create his or her life. That is the foundation for manifestation. So here he says, by this may you propagate prasavishyadvam. We started that. We'll be going deeper into that today. Let this be the ishta kama dukh. Let this be the kamadenu, the wish fulfilling cow of your desires, of your ichcha. Ishta kama is a very definition of ichcha. Desire out of will, not uncontrolled desires. So it is ishtakama or the ichcha. I have explained these things in the previous sessions. So that's why I'm just using those words very liberally. So ishtakama or ichcha can be made as your goal. Then all your energies will start flowing in that direction. And that is where the combination of efforts and surrender will genuinely help in manifesting your goals. That is why he says, let this be, this means yajna, let the yajna be your kamadenu. You can fulfill all your goals and create your life as you want it to be by using this principle of yajna. Of course, if you are in the third category, in certain portions of your life, you may be in the third category, which is you're neither putting in effort nor are you surrendering. That is an extreme state of tamas. You're not in the race at all. It's like almost like sleeping. Supposing let's say there is a competition. Now it is only people who are awake who can participate, right? Let's say there is a game going on. If you want to participate in that, you have to be awake. That is a very basic criteria. Supposing you're totally asleep, then how can you participate? Similarly, when you're neither in action, you're neither doing what you ought to do, nor are you willing to take any guidance, you don't want to listen to anyone. Now that is a very dangerous state that can cause your downfall. You should be very careful in those areas. People who are in extreme tamas, they slip into that state because that is the very nature of extreme tamas. A person may be very lazy, not wanting to put effort, not wanting to take guidance, not wanting to change. A person may be very stubborn. Stubbornness is a tamasic quality. The same stubbornness can be converted into a positive sattvic quality also, which is determination. So when a person is very stubborn, let's say they get into addictive habits, like they are addicted to alcohol, they are addicted to smoking, they are addicted to drugs. It could be anything. Things which are harmful to them. But they are very stubborn. They neither are they are putting in any efforts to get back, nor are they willing to take any guidance. That is an extremely dangerous state. That will lead to your downfall. So whenever you find in your self-introspection areas of life where you are neither doing karma nor are you willing to take any guidance, there you have to force yourself. You have to force yourself to start putting in your efforts and to take guidance. Their logic and all will not work. Because for an extremely tamasic person, if you give logic, they'll go on analyzing because the very base is tamas. If you tell them, think about it, whatever you tell them what ought to be done and all, and think about it. They will be eternally thinking. That is why in areas of extreme tamas, no thinking, no planning and all. Just get into the action first. Should I take guidance or not? They will go on hesitating. And then they'll cover up their tamas with a very highly philosophical statement saying that, oh, my guru, he is very busy. I don't want to disturb him. See, all these are manifestations of tamas. If you are sattvic, you will be simple, straight and direct. See, you want a solution, you only have to seek it. If your guru is busy, now he will attend to it whenever he gets time, no? How can you go and disturb? That is not possible at all. Yet the mind gets into that delusion. Why? Actually the mind does not want to surrender. The mind is afraid. If I go and take guidance, now I'll have to face myself. I have to face all the negativities in order to get to a solution. You don't want to do that. So you cover it up with a noble motive saying, oh, it's almost saying I am allowing the master to do whatever noble work he is doing and all this. So cut all this philosophical ignorance, we can say. In modern jargon, we can say philosophical crap. It is that only. Philosophy has to be used properly. Only then there is a meaning to it. So cut out all that and get into one of these two. Action, taking guidance. That is getting into surrender. And combine these two in your life. You will achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. If you put in all the efforts and if you take the help of the higher Shakti, who can stop you? Whatever problems come in the way can be handled. So this is what yajna is all about. So you will have to work on your karma, the uncontrolled desires which are making you very weak today. See, whenever you have a lot of karma, uncontrolled desires, now why am I saying that is making you so weak? It gets you into a feeling that I am not happy, I don't have this, I don't have that. It's more of a complaint. The very karma itself is a complaint only. Oh, unless I get that, I cannot be happy. So you feel very frustrated in life today. So you will have to convert that into ichcha. Ichcha means you're very much fulfilled, you're happy, you're enjoying your present state, whatever it is, and you are aspiring for more. It is a very powerful state. So unless you get into the state of ichcha, you cannot do yajna. When you are in a state of karma, what will happen is that desire will become more and more uncontrollable, and you will get into tremendous craving. And when you are in a state of craving, you cannot really focus your energies. You cannot attract abundance into your life, whatever be the area of your life. You cannot attract positive energy. So that is why he says Ishta Kama, so beautifully worded. And then he says, by this may you propagate prasavishyadvam. This is what we were seeing. Prasava means birth, giving birth. So it first starts from transforming yourself. That's what I told you, no? The Siddhas call it as Prati Prasava. Prati Prasava means being born again. See, till now, you have been leading your life in a particular way. You have either been in karma or akarma. Now, when you convert these two into yajna, now it is a new birth for you. Prati Prasava. Because when you start functioning in the spirit of yajna, now it is a question of time. You will start attracting the divine blessings, the divine energy automatically towards you. And that higher healing Shakti, the Guru Shakti, will start penetrating your personality. And slowly it will go and, it will first go to the intracellular level, and then to the empty space between the atoms, to the pranas. And as it keeps penetrating, all those facets will be set right. Then it will set right all the emotions, all the thoughts. And when it hits the karmic body, then the karmas, the accumulated karmas from many births, as our yogis call, Janmantara karma, Aneka Janma, they say. Many births you have been accumulating these impressions, these karmas. Now, all those karmas will start getting burnt up. And when the karmic body is thus getting purified, what will happen? You will get a new birth, as it were. Because once these karmas are getting burnt up, your thought structure will change, your emotions will become positive. It will happen in degree, in stages. Don't expect it to happen all at one go. That's not possible. Then your speech will become more refined, your actions will become very focused and productive. Your personality itself will start changing. So a new you is born, and that is called Prati Prasava, being born again. So when you get this body, you are physically born. That is an external birth. Now, among all the births, external births, in different bodies, what the great masters say is that the human birth is most precious, because only when you have this human body, you have this human birth, you have that opportunity to cause this inner birth, which is Pratiprasava. You can transform yourself and you can be born again inside. That opportunity is given to a human being alone. No other creature in the world has that opportunity. It does not have that capacity. You have that opportunity. Whether you make use of that or not, that is your choice, but it is there. That is why these great masters say that the human birth is so precious. Even gods envy the human beings, they say, because of the capacity to do sadhana. Sadhana, in its essence, means the spiritual practice, the disciplines, the principles, the practice of the spiritual principles to create a transformation from within so that you are born again. That methodology or the tool is called sadhana. So a human being has this capacity to do sadhana. And when you don't do sadhana, you are not living up to the potential of a human being. Why do you require a human birth to just mechanically live your life? Some other body is more than enough, no? The very fact that you have taken up the human birth means now you have the capacity to move beyond the clutches of karma and akarma to the state of yajna, and you can be born again. When all the karmas are burnt up, at that time you become a sthita prajna. You reach the highest state. That is what these great masters have achieved. A highway robber, he became a great saint, Valmiki. We have read that incident, no? Very, very inspiring if you think about it. See, that he was a highway robber. His name was Ratnakar. But through his efforts, he got guidance from sage Narada, who was his guru. See, that's what I'm saying, both. So he took the guidance and then he did all the sadhana. And soon he was reborn. From a highway robber, he became the great saint Valmiki. And he wrote the Ramayana. He foresaw and wrote it. Imagine, to write the Ramayana is not a joke. When I say that, see, the Puranas, the Itihasas, they are all not simply, writing some stories. It's not like that. They are filled with that divine energy. Even if you don't understand the deeper principles, if you read a Purana with that bhavana, with that devotion, that will fill you with so much of positive emotions. Of course, when you understand the deeper meaning which they are trying to convey through these incidents, then your sadhana goes to the next level. Here in these sessions, we are directly getting into those principles, and whenever it's required, references are given from these various Puranas, Itihasas and all that to make you gain that depth. But you need to understand what a noble work it was which sage Valmiki did. He sat in meditation and received that divine energy, and that is how he composed the Ramayana. In the original Ramayana, that is lost. It runs into lakhs of verses, 1 lakh or something. Out of that, only a small portion is known to us. That is what they say. You can imagine. There's a very interesting incident, It is said that Lord Hanuman, he also wrote a Ramayana, but it is not available to anybody and everybody, because the energy was so high. So when Lord Hanuman blessed Valmiki, he said, I will destroy my version of Ramayana. Why? Because that it is too pure, and it's too powerful. Nobody will be able to take it. What the world requires is your Ramayana, because you have toned it down and given it in a way that anybody can relate to it. There is a human touch to it. So the world is not ready for this version. That is how he blessed Valmiki, and he said, you will become known for your work of Ramayana. And even today, the moment we talk of Ramayana, we think of Valmiki only, Isn't it amazing? But can you imagine that great sage was once upon a time a highway robber? See, even if you're an ordinary person, means okay, that extreme, highway robber. So what does this show? Any transformation is possible, provided you go through this process and prati-prasav happens within you. So prasavishyadvam, may you be born again. This is the first powerful dimension which you should absorb here. Then only comes other meanings of prasava. That also we'll see. But first is, may you use this principle of yajna effectively, and may you be born again. May the prati-prasav happen within you. This is the blessing which the Creator is giving. And that has been given to the human being. See, of all the creatures, the Creator is giving that blessing to a human being, because he or she has been endowed with that power to do sadhana, the choice. So this is a very inspiring and powerful phrase, when he says, by this may you propagate. So let this be a line which inspires you to do sadhana. Anena prasavishyadvam. By this may you be born again. By this may you achieve your true potential, the infinite potential which you have. And using this capacity only, a highway robber became Valmiki, an ordinary Siddhartha became Buddha, the awakened one. An ordinary Narendra became the famous Swami Vivekananda. That's what I'm saying. The time does not matter. The age, the time in which we are living does not matter. The principles are one and the same. So, by this may you propagate. Prasavaha. Now, this is the inner, deeper yogic meaning of prasava, being born inside. There is a birth happening within you, the birth of spirituality, the birth of the infinite, as it were. And when you connect with the infinite, when that inner birth happens, the spiritual birth, instantly all your bondages disappear. This is the meaning of Krishna's birth. See, where was Krishna born? He was born in a jail. His parents were put in a jail and they were chained because his uncle Kamsa got a message that the 8th child born to your sister will be the cause for your death. So he said, why wait up to 8th child? Every child who is born, I will keep killing. That is the whole story. I'm not getting into the full thing. But when the time came and when Lord Krishna was born, it is said that when Krishna was born, instantly whatever bondages they had externally, the chain was put and everything, all that broke. All the guards who were guarding the jail, they all went off to sleep. And Vasudeva, the father, was woken up. And when he woke up, he saw the baby. And it is said that the baby was smiling. The spiritual radiance was so powerful. And Vasudeva went into a spiritual trance, as it were. In spite of being in the jail and all the sufferings, that 1 second when Krishna was born, in that 1 second, he felt his whole life was fulfilled. The divine blessings were received. And the incidents are that he was asked to take Krishna. He placed the baby basket and he carried. And it is said that it was raining heavily. And Adishesha himself came and protected. Vasudeva was not aware of that, but it happened. Because Krishna was a Purna avatar. No? Very, very inspiring incidents. So what does this show? When Krishna is born within you, that moment all your bondages, all your karmas, everything will get pulverized. You attain total freedom. Moksha. Moksha is that supreme state of self-realization or God-realization. Krishna being born is symbolic of that spiritual potential within you being awakened. The infinite is born within you, as it were. So in order for that to happen, you need to do sadhana. You need to practice yajna. A guru helps in this process. A guru is not God. See, when I say guru is not God, that way everybody is God only. Why only the guru? A guru, say either you take that stance or you say a guru helps you to reach God. You cannot say, you cannot substitute God with the form of a guru. That is not our true ancient wisdom. A guru only gives that connection, helps you in this path to realize yourself so that you are born again. Very, very powerful, incident when Krishna was born. So, you do that, you celebrate that festival, no? We have it, that Krishna Jayanti. What are you supposed to do during that day? You are supposed to remind yourself of this deeper purpose. The real Krishna Jayanti, that's not a mere birthday celebration of Krishna. Come on, you shouldn't pull it down to that level. That is symbolic of reminding ourselves. The real Krishna Jayanti is when you get attuned to the infinite within. A reminder, that day you're supposed to powerfully remind yourself. Every festival, every ritual has a deeper significance. Without knowing that significance, people just simply mechanically perform the actions. Then that is no use. And when it comes to something like Krishna Jayanti, there is a lot of quarrel also. Should we take the Tithi, what time was he born? The Ashtami Tithi, are we going to take that, or are we going to take the month or the nakshatra, the star? So sometimes they don't coincide. There are different people fighting over these things, losing the very spiritual significance of that. So, prasavishyadvam, may you be born again. How powerful it is. I would request you, after the session, just to repeat this line and see. Prasavishyadvam. Let me be born again. The more you get into that spirit, your goal, the ultimate purpose of your life, that is your spiritual goal, will get strengthened tremendously. And you will start doing your sadhana with so much of vigor and consistency. And remember, when you face some challenges in life, that is when you should ensure that you're doing your sadhana more diligently. You're facing some issue in life, don't leave your sadhana. Some near and dear one passes away. Yes, that is bound to happen. Everybody who is born, who acquires his body, has to drop it at some point of time. But what will remain with you is the efforts of your sadhana, the fruits of your sadhana. When you when you leave this body, you don't take anything with you. You don't take wealth, you don't take name, you don't take fame, nothing. You don't take your relationships. There is only one thing which you take. You take your karmas with you. Whatever ignorance you have also you take, whatever spiritual wisdom which you have acquired also you take. So when you do your sadhana, all those fruits you take with you. You will continue wherever you are, exactly from the point where you left. So, prasavishyadvam, may you attain your true potential. That is the true celebration of Guru Purnima. That is the true celebration of any festival. So, this is the inner meaning, the yogic meaning, the deeper meaning of prasavaha. Now, we will also see the other dimensions which are very interesting and they'll be extremely useful for you. Prasavaha also means a fruit, a product. So what do we mean by a fruit or product? Fruit or product refers to the fulfillment of your worldly goals. So, using the yajna, the principle of yajna, you can achieve whatever fruits you have with respect to the world. Today, you are struggling so much. If you incorporate this principle of yajna, you will find that whatever goals you have, will start manifesting very fast. It will expedite the process. That is what is the meaning of prasavaha. A fruit means the effect of your actions. Product means something which you produce, right? Something which you create. So he says, by this may you obtain the fruits, whatever fruits you desire. Whatever the fruits which you are actually wanting. That is the goals which you have kept. So if your efforts are merely at the level of karma or akarma, akarma means actually no efforts in terms of action. So when your efforts are at that level, then that may not give you the fruits. But when you incorporate the principle of yajna into your efforts, then he says that there is a guarantee which he gives. It will give you fruits. The whatever fruits which you have determined. See, when you plant a seed, you want the seed to grow. You want the seed to become a tree. And then you want the tree to give fruits, right? Now, what will give you the guarantee that this tree will give you the fruits and the fruits will taste very nice? He says, yajna, the principle of yajna. So, you can consider your life like a garden, and let's say you're growing a tree because you want fruits, you want various results in life. Now, what is the guarantee? Okay, you're putting all the efforts. How do we know whether that's going to give you the fruits or not? Every action will give some fruit, but here what we mean by fruit is that fruit which you desired, that is, the fruit which you intended to have. That is the meaning of fruit here. Supposing you get a fruit which doesn't taste good at all, then what is the use? So how do you ensure that your efforts hit the target properly, or whatever target which you have fixed for yourself? He says, by incorporating yajna. By this may you achieve fruits. Prasavishyadvam means achieve your desired targets, desired fruits. By what? By this. What is that this? Yajna. So in life, you're trying to achieve so many things. Why are you going to office? You want to achieve something. Why are you earning money? There are a few things which you want to achieve. Why do you raise a family? You want to achieve certain things. So you're doing so many things in order to obtain certain fruits. Those fruits are no doubt limited. They cannot be equated to the ultimate purpose of life, the ultimate fruit. But still, these are the things which you're wanting. Now he says, start incorporating the principle of yajna into all those areas. Then there is a guarantee which he gives. Prasavishyadvam. You will be able to attain the intended fruits. It's a very, very powerful statement he is making. He is giving you a guarantee. See, nobody can give guarantee except God. Isn't it? So these are the divine words. If you can absorb that energy, this will become a reality for you in your life. Do this and see. Then only your confidence in this sadhana will also increase. So he is not condemning the limited fruits. That is also a phase of your journey. Not everybody is ready for the highest truth straight away. So you have to pass through various phases. So as you are passing through various phases of your inner journey, you may fix various goals, you may want to achieve many things. All that is facilitated, is speeded up when you incorporate the principle of yajna. What is interesting is here this principle is being introduced. In the next verse, this will be further expanded. The prasavishyadvam will be fully expanded in the coming verses. Very, very beautifully explained, When we come there, we'll see. But first, this is the base. Now, prasavaha means fruit or product. Another dimension of prasavaha. Prasavaha means giving birth to a child. That is creating a future generation. Prasavaha means generation actually. So the yogic meaning I told you, the deeper meaning, inner meaning is the inner birth. Now we are talking of external birth. Creating a generation. Very interesting how these great yogis view the process of giving birth to a child. How do we view it? A normal person. Oh, I have a desire for a child. Now let me go for a child and let me, the parents say, we'll go in for a child. This is how we view it, right? Now they are viewing it in a very deep and divine way. They are saying when you give birth to a child, when you raise a child, you're not merely fulfilling your limited desire, you're actually creating another generation. See, the very way they look at life is so deep. So it is a very sacred yajna, and that is why in the ancient wisdom, mothers are worshipped. They say we should first bow down to our parents, mother and then father. Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. Why do they say that? Matru Devo Bhava means my mother is God. Pitru Devo Bhava means my father is God. Why? Because they have done this sacred yajna through which a generation has been born, not an individual. Now you can project it and you can project this bhavana into anything which you do. Whenever you do something, it shouldn't be an immediate fulfillment of your desire, but if you do it with the bhavana of contributing something to the future generations, your effort may be small only. Still, that should play a part in terms of contributing something for the generations to come. That then becomes a very powerful yajna. So, giving birth to children is not limited only to that, but it is also very expansive. Whatever you do, see, by asking you to consider birth as giving birth to a generation, what these great masters are saying is, whenever you do any activity, how do you convert that into yajna? By focusing on giving your best so that it plays a small part in the total scheme of things, so that it benefits the future generation. See, it is just a change of attitude. You may not be alive in this body to see all that, but yet you have played that part. How is it that we are getting this sacred wisdom right now? How is it that we are getting exposed to all this? Because of the efforts of great masters. That is why in the Guru Stotram it says, Akhanda Mandala Karam, in the entire Guru Mandala we bow down to. Why? The efforts which they put, only we are reaping the benefits. If they had been selfish, if they had thought only about themselves, then what benefit would we be getting today? Just think about it. This is a very powerful thought which is being given to you. Every activity which you're doing is so sacred. It is a prasava which is happening. If you apply yourself properly, now that is going to lay the foundation for the future generations. See, when this Yoga Sankirtan materials, when these are created, now why so much of effort is being put to create every material? It takes months, sometimes even a couple of years, just for the decoding and setting the material right and all that. That energy levels have to be in place, no? Why? Because that is going to be that is going to help millions or billions of people in the future. Anybody, just imagine anybody in the future, when they want to expand their consciousness, when they want to do sadhana, they can pick up this material and start doing. So a base is being created. When we do it with that bhavana, then the complexion of your action will start changing. So, I request you to think about this. Don't consider your life in a mechanical way. I also come, let me just eat, let me just sleep and go away. It's not like that. Each and every one of you, you have a divine potential and you have a divine purpose in life. Whatever talents you're having, that is how divinity is expressing from within. Use those talents constructively. Play your part in this total scheme of things. That is what is a meaning, of the squirrel helping Lord Rama. When Lord Rama was trying to build a bridge, to cross over and go to Lanka to get back Sita. Now everybody was helping. All the monkeys were all carrying huge boulders and keeping. It has been beautifully described, And in between, Lord Rama observed that a small squirrel, it was picking up very, very small pebbles probably, according to what it can carry, and it was going and depositing that. And Rama called that squirrel and very, very affectionately stroked it, gave it infinite healing. Why? It is not what that squirrel did that mattered, but the bhavana. So don't consider any activity as small or big. See, when you read that incident in the Ramayana, that should inspire you. See, fortunately, in our culture, our elders, keep telling all these stories to children. Nowadays, that is gone. Because you yourself have not learned, then where is the question of telling? So when the child is very young and playful while feeding food and all that, it is always there in our custom that the elders used to tell stories, make it very interesting and tell all these the Puranic incidents to them in the form of a story, so that without even understanding the deeper meaning, the values will get imprinted in the child's mind. So if you know the significance, see how inspiring it is. So remember, it is not what you do that matters, it is how you do it that matters. What you're doing is karma. How you're doing it can make it yajna. So as an example, if you take, he is taking even giving birth to a child, you're actually giving birth to a generation. They considered it as a yajna. So it's very inspiring. We will stop with that today. You think about these various powerful principles which have been given to you today. It will change the very perception about life. The way you are approaching life will completely change. Anything which you are doing now, from this moment onwards, do it like how that squirrel did. And when it did with that pure bhavana, the squirrel never sought for any blessings from Rama. Rama picked it up and gave the blessings. Squirrel was not even bothered about whether it was getting any blessings or not. With that pure bhavana, it was doing. Similarly, you don't need to ask for special blessings. See, one who does sadhana, one who does whatever he or she has to do, Now I will be supremely confident. Just do whatever you have to do. Like that squirrel, you will automatically attract the divine grace into your life. God will come to you. You don't need to go to God. This is clear. So we'll stop with that. We'll do the Nididhyasana meditation. Just think about these principles and absorb them in your life. In the next session, we'll continue further. And as we move to the subsequent verses, you will see all these aspects like Srishtva, Prasavishyadvam, the Kama, Dukh, all these things will be more and more expanded. So you will get a very deep wisdom, very deep understanding of all these principles. Okay? So now we'll do the Nididhyasana meditation. Gently close your eyes. Do deep breathing. With every breath, I am becoming more and more relaxed. Feel the divine vibrations. With every breath, I am going deeper and deeper into myself. beyond this physical body, beyond these various emotions and thoughts, deep, deep within me lies that Supreme Self, my Supreme Self is infinite. From this moment onwards, I choose to incorporate the principle of yajna in each and every action of mine. I am the creator of my life. I am Swayam Prakashit, self-illuminating. Offer your gratitude to God Supreme. offer your gratitude to your Guru and all the holy masters. Slowly come back. Wriggle your fingers, your toes. Rub your palms together to create a warmth. Cup your eyes with your palms. Gently rub your eyes, cheeks, forehead, top of the head, back of the head and neck. Slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. So today we had a very deep session. The deeper aspects of sadhana were given. So now you should reflect on these principles and make them a part of your life. See, if you learn these things and start applying, your very thought process will start changing according to these principles. That is the beauty. The true spiritual awakening will start happening. Okay, before we close, there is one announcement. Many sadhaks have been requesting for the Finding Rhythm in Life empowerment program to be made online. I've been working on energizing it. So now it is available online. See, when you do these empowerment programs, do it with a free mind. Many people are repeating these empowerment programs. Whenever you're repeating, it is wrong to use the word repeating. Actually, that is the message. Don't consider it as a repetition. Every time think that you're attending the empowerment only that time. And it is a fact only. Because these are not just knowledges, points which are being given. It's not that. It is the energy which you receive and the meditation sadhana which you do. Very, very powerful, and at every level that keeps on increasing. Okay? So, not only that, as I informed earlier, the 10th of November is going to be the release of the next Yoga Sankirtan. Many sadhaks have been asking, what is this Yoga Sankirtan about? I will explain all that in the coming sessions. Okay? So thank you very much. I'll see you in the next session. Hari Om.